Hello everyone, good evening. I am Oliver Good and I am also good. So today I will take another class from physics. Okay. So the chapter is like that, kinetic theory of gas. So from that we will do some previous year questions from NEET and IIT, and with the questions I also discuss or mention the formula applied for these questions. Okay. So let's try. So students, our first question is like that: if gamma is the ratio of specific heats of a perfect gas, then the number of degrees of freedom of a molecule of the gas is what we have to find out. So gamma is specific heat. Okay, gamma equal to Cp by Cv. We know that, and there is a formula. There is a formula between gamma and degrees of freedom. And degrees of freedom, that is gamma equal to 1 plus 2 by f. So gamma minus 1 equal to 2 by f. So f equal to 2 by gamma minus 1. So f equal to 2 by gamma minus 1, where f is degrees of freedom. Okay. So degrees of freedom, there is a formula. There is f equal to 3n minus k for gaseous particles. Okay. N is total number of atoms, and k is relation, and k is independent relation. Okay, independent relation. So f equal to 3n minus k is the answer. So we know that gamma equal to Cp by Cv, and there is one formula which is gamma equal to 1 plus 2 by f. Okay, gamma equal to 1 plus 2 by f. So from that we find out f is what? F is 2 by gamma minus 1. So which option is correct? Option D is the correct answer. Okay, option D is the correct answer here. So this is so simple. Okay, so move on the next question. So our next question is like that: in the given Wittig diagram, what is the relation between pressure P1 and P2? Okay, 4 options is given. This one is the diagram, and we have to find out which option is correct. Okay, so Wittig diagram, we know that slope of graph is inversely proportional to pressure. Slope of a graph is inversely proportional to pressure. So slope means what? So slope means tan theta. Okay, tan theta. Okay, now theta 2 greater than theta 1, therefore we can say pressure is inversely proportional. P1 greater than P2. So P1 greater than P2, or P2 less than P1. So which option is correct here? Option C is the correct answer. Why option C is the correct answer? Because we know that slope of a graph is indirectly inversely proportional to the pressure. So here this theta 2 is larger than theta 1. Okay, so since theta 2 is greater than theta 1, so therefore P1 should be greater than what? P2, or P2 less than P1, inversely proportional. Okay, so from that relation we can easily find out which option is correct. That is option C is the correct answer. Okay, got my point? So move on the next question. So students, our next question, that is question number 3, is like that. Question number 3 is like that: the ratio of specific heats, that is Cp by Cv, equal to gamma in terms of degrees of freedom. So we have to find out the value of gamma is what? That is specific heat ratio in terms of degrees of freedom, n. Okay, here degrees of freedom is n. So now we know that molar specific heat at constant volume. Okay, constant volume is what? Cv equal to n by 2 r, or you can say n by f by 2 r. You can write in this way also. Okay, here degrees of freedom is n, so I write n by 2 here. Again, molar specific heat at constant pressure is what? Cp equal to n by 2 plus 1 into r. Okay, Cp equal to n by 2 plus 1 to 1. So now therefore gamma equal to, we know that Cp by Cv, you put the value n by 2 plus 1 r and n by 2 r. So r will be cancelled, so it will be n plus 2 by 2 by n by 2. 2 will be cancelled, so what, n plus 2 by n. So gamma will be what, gamma equal to n by 2 by n, 2 by n. So 1 will be cancelled, so gamma will be 1 by 2 by n. So 1 by 2 by n will be the answer. So which option is correct? 1 plus 2 by n. The option B is the correct answer. Okay, so option B is the correct answer here. So let me explain again. We know that molar specific heat at constant volumes. Molar specific heat means the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of 1 mole of gas by 1 degree C. Okay, at constant volume, and if it is constant volume pressure, it will be Cp. That is the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of 1 mole of gas at constant pressure is Cp. So n by 2 plus 1, that is all. So gamma equal to Cp by Cv. So Cp value put, I just put the value of Cp and I just put the value of Cv. After simplification what came? It is gamma equal to 1 plus 2 by n is came. Okay, so which option is correct here? Option B is the correct answer. Okay, got my point? Fine. So move on the next question. So our next question, that is question number 4. Two vessels separately contain two identical gases A and B at the same temperature, the pressure A being twice that of B. So what is given here? Pressure A is, that is P1 is twice of P2. Okay, under such condition the density of A is found to be 1.5 times the density of B. That is rho 1 is equal to 1.5 into rho 2. Okay, I find out now the ratio of molecular weight of A and B. That is M1 is to M2 is what we have to find out. Okay, so this is the questions. So there are two vessels separately contain identical gas A and B at the same temperature. Temperature is same, temperature is constant. Okay, and the pressure of A being twice the, that is pressure of B, that is P1 equal to 2P2. And under such condition the density of A is found to be 1.5 times the density of B, that is rho 1 equal to 1.5 into rho 2. The ratio of molecular weight of A and B is what we have to find out. So here T is constant. Now we know that what, sir? We know that Pb equal to nRT. Okay, so for 1 mole of gas, for 1 mole of gas, Pb equal to RT. That is P volume is what? We know that mass equal to density equal to mass by volume. Density rho equal to mass by volume. So volume equal to mass by density. So we can prove here, replace the value of B is density equal to RT. Okay, so here M equal to what? Rho RT by P. Look at here, RT is constant because since R is gas constant, is already constant, and T is constant here. That is same for both. So it is constant here. So M proportional to rho by P. Therefore M1 by M2 is equal to what? Rho 1 by rho 2 into P2 by P1. So now you just put the value of all the three. You just put the value. You will get what? You will get M1 by M2. Rho 1 is what, sir? Rho 1 is 1.5 rho 2, and rho 2 is rho 2, and P2 is what, sir? P2 is P2, and this one is 2P2. P1 is 2P2. This one cancel. So 1.5 by 2, it will be 150 by 20. It will be 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 will be the answer. So M1 is to M2 is equal to 3 is to 4. So M1 is to M2 is equal to what, sir? 3 is to 4. So which option is correct? That is 3 by 4. Got my point? That is 3 by 4. So let me explain again. There are two vessels. Suppose there are two vessels. This is one vessel contain a gas, and there is another vessel. Okay, B contain B gas. So pressure of P1, this one is pressure P1 and pressure P2. Density rho 1 is, that is one is rho 2. Temperature both are in both cases are same. So the given the pressure of P1 is twice of pressure P2 and density of A is to 1.5 times of density of B. So in that case we have to find out molar molecular mass. Okay, M1 M2 is what we have to find out. So first I write the given. First I try to write the given conditions. Okay, after that I write T is constant here, that is for same for both. We know that PV equal to nRT. If N is equal to 1, that is for 1 mole of gas, we can write PV equal to RT. So B is what? B equal to M by rho, because density equal to mass by volume. So volume equal to mass by density. I just put here the mass equal to rho into RT by P. So R, RT both are constant. So M proportional to rho by P. So we can write M1 by M2 equal to rho 1 by rho 2. That is P into P2 by P1. So I just put all the values after simplify what comes. That is 3 by 4 is comes. So the answer will be 3 by 4. Got my point? Okay. Move on the next question. Hello students. So our next question, that is question number 5. Okay. Question 5 is like that. The mean free path of a molecule of a gas of radius r is inversely proportional to r cube, r square r or root over r. What we have to find out? So we know that mean free path. Sir, what is mean free path? Suppose we know that the molecules of a gas is moving randomly, okay, and they collide each other, okay. So that is the distance travel between first and second collision is lambda 1, and second and third is lambda 2, third and fourth is lambda 3, and dot lambda n, okay. So here mean free path lambda bar equal to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 plus dot lambda n, suppose by n, okay. This is the number of collisions. Now lambda bar, we can find lambda bar is what? 1 by root over 2 pi n d square. So this is the final formula of mean free path. So here d is diameter and n is number density, okay. N is number density, or number density or means number of particles. So given d equal to r by 2, because r is radius here, so d is diameter, so d equal to r by 2. So therefore lambda bar will be 1 by root 2 pi then r square by 4, r square by 4, okay. It will came 4 by root 2 pi n r square. So all are constant. So lambda bar will be, lambda bar is proportional to r square. So inversely proportional to what? Inversely proportional to r square. So which option is correct here? Option B is the correct answer, okay. Option B is the correct answer here, okay. Option B is the correct answer. So let me explain again. That is, we know that mean free path, that is 1 by 2 by lambda bar equal to 1 by root 2 pi n d square, okay. D is what's the diameter and n is number density. So d is r by 2 here, okay. So lambda bar is 1 proportional to 1 by r square. Now I put d is, sorry, I put here r by 2 whole square, that is up, this one is constant, okay. This one is constant, 4 by root over n 2 and pi is constant. So lambda bar is proportional to 1 by r square. So we can say the mean free path is of a molecule of a gas is inversely proportional to r square. So option B is the correct answer, okay. I hope this is helpful for you.